Good morning from Wadring, Austria. So I was going to say Germany. We're close to the German border, but we're still in Austria. And I'm at the Steinplatt campground, as you know. And so just still kind of have my tent pitched. Wanted to leave it out a bit in the sun to let the fly dry as much as possible, as well as a few other things. So, and I'm in no big hurry today. I'm about 55, 60 kilometers from my cousin's place, just outside of Salzburg. I've got a pretty easy day ahead of me, unless, of course, there's any big climbs to get me out of these mountains, which is entirely possible. But had a good night here. I was surprised at just how much little traffic there was on this road overnight, and not that I was expecting a lot, but nonetheless, any vehicle that goes by, it's really noticeable. And either I was so zonked that I, didn't hear anybody going by, or nobody went by. So anyways, I had a good sleep. The other thing I wanted to mention was when I was looking at this campground and looking at the price for tents, for tenting, and it was 47 euros per night, and I was really beside myself, thinking, do I come all the way here and then, they give me a little place, but they charge me 47 euros for a campsite, or do I try and wild camp? I mean, there were a lot of potential wild camp options along the way. But in the end, when I got here, just a little after 7 o'clock, the attendant was still here, and she took my information and gave me a site. It turned out that it was only 23 euros and 80 cents. So I was really quite happy about that. I didn't pay until this morning. She didn't want to take my money last night for some reason. I guess maybe they had finished for the day and cashed out, and if that's even still a thing in this digital day and age. But nonetheless, she asked me to come by this morning and pay, and I paid, and I was really quite surprised and pleasantly surprised that it was less than half of what I thought they might try to nail me with. Anyways, so like I said, the plan today is to head into Salzburg, or close to Salzburg. My cousin doesn't live right inside Salzburg, so really looking forward to seeing my cousin. It's been 32 years, so I think it's about time. Anyways, that's about it, and I'm just gonna strike my camp and get out of here. Maybe stop somewhere for a coffee on the way, because I only had one this morning. But anyways, those are details that you really don't know about. What you do need to know about is the fact that I'm going to pack up and I'm going to be heading towards Salzburg. All right, so we'll see you out on the road. Cheers. So I'm just about ready to leave camp here at Wadring, and it's really interesting. So this is the campground here. It's actually quite nice. I'm typical. It's clean, packed in there. The lots are relatively small. Anyways, just wanted to show you the difference between where I was and camping here, and I'm really happy I was where I was. All right, that's that. I'm going to hit the road. Interesting. I'm seeing a lot of the firewood that they collect. They pack it up in bundles like that. I guess easy to transport, but it makes me think, I don't know, they just grab the whole bundle and throw it onto the big boiler, whatever they've got to heat their home. I don't know. Who knows? Probably not. So, just entering the village of Lofer, or Lofer. Not exactly sure how you pronounce it. But, yeah, it was quite nice. And one of the folks on Facebook yesterday identified it as part of a really nice route coming through this area of the Alps. So, I've got lots of time today. Thinking, I'll stop here for a coffee, perhaps if there's a cafe along the way, and I'm sure there is. I think I'll stop at the bakery. So I'm here in Lofer, a wonderful little bakery, just grabbing some coffee. Thought it's really interesting here how they serve it with a glass of water. This is yesterday I stopped for a coffee and it was the same thing. Never seen that before. Really appreciate it because sometimes the coffee can be quite strong. So to kind of rinse it off of your taste buds, a nice glass of cool water really helps out. So very thoughtful, very nice. I like it. We should do it in North America. So checking the weather report for Salzburg for tomorrow and the next day. And it's looking pretty rainy, pretty nasty. So given the fact that I'm only about 50 or so kilometers from Salzburg and from my cousin's place, she said she wouldn't be available until 2 o'clock because she's got to work a little longer. And that's fine. I just said, whatever your schedule is, I'll work around it. I'm a low maintenance kind of guy. But I thought, if I've got the time, I'll just ride into Salzburg today and, spend the afternoon, checking the sights of the town. It's been 32 years since I've seen Salzburg, so I'm sure not much has changed from a historical standpoint, of course. But, it'll be nice to just tour around the town. And if I end up taking a day off tomorrow and staying with my cousin for 2 nights, then, just kind of hanging around, hopefully maybe get some laundry done, some shopping or whatever it is, preparation for, heading north towards Prague, might be the thing to do. So that's that. But in the meantime, I'm here in this lovely town, Lofer, and having a lovely coffee and a pizza bun. I might get another one. And just really enjoying it here. Before I continue on, just one thing I'd like to say, and it's what I experienced when I was in Europe over 30 years ago, was the size of the coffee cups. And so maybe coffee to go might be in a little a larger paper cup, but that's quite small. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to monster Tim Hortons extra large double cream, that sort of thing. So but hey, make and do, because having coffee is better than not having coffee. So, or any coffee is better than no coffee. All right, that's it. Just wanted to point that out. Cheers. Well, it looks like there's another town about 8.5 kilometers from here. If it's anything like this, I don't know, it might take me all day just to get to Salzburg. These towns are so beautiful. It just kind of makes you want to just kind of hang around, drink coffee, eat bread, whatever it is, and just really take it all in, because it's amazing. Ride with GPS route had me going along the highway up there, or the road. Sounded really busy. Google Maps routed me down into the valley here. The highway is way up there somewhere to my left up here. But anyways, or actually no, it goes right around the other side of that mountain that you just saw. This is obviously very, very nice. I don't know which way I'm going here. Yeah, and it tells me the bicycles go this way. So I will go this way. Am I going the right way? I think I am. There we go. Well, this is certainly much more peaceful and safer than being up on that busy roadway, but you know, from the last little dip down to the river that the bicycle trail took, it was just an insanely steep ride up and out to the level of the highway. Ride with GPS was telling me that you know, big climb coming. I think I averted that by coming down onto this trail, but because it was down to I think we're just about the level of the river, at some point I'm going to have to climb back up. And Ride with GPS was telling me that if I continued on the route, it would be a big climb. So I guess it's a case of climb now or climb later. So I guess I've chosen to climb later and maybe just be a little more safe and have a much more lovely and intimate ride through this valley. All right. Along, and all of a sudden this just appears on my left. That looks really nice. Geez, I'm sure it would be an awesome swim and a really cold swim to cool off. And if I had more time, I might give it a shot, but not today. I've got other plans. But that's just absolutely lovely. Okay, this doesn't look too good. And as I was approaching, I thought, oh man, I got to ride all the way back. But there is a route to the right, so I guess I'm getting around this. Actually, focusing in on Google Maps, it shows me that same thing. So, anyways, false alarm. Continue on. Salzburg bound. Okay, moving right along here. We are, for all intents and purposes, we are in, oops, messing up with my map here. Yeah, we're pretty much in Salzburg. Just steaming right along. We've lost the mountains, which is unfortunate, but it had to happen. I've been on and off visiting these various YouTube sites. Learn German fast. You know, like I was saying before, you know, this is not about me coming here and learning German. This is about me coming here and seeing my cousins and seeing parts of Europe that I've never seen before. So, yeah. Anyways, and seeing my cousins and being able to catch up and communicate, and yeah, I think that's the more important thing. So that's the way we're going to do it. But I'm still going to listen to these German YouTube videos. The other thing I wanted to mention. Yeah. Something hi, something servus, which I'm hearing a lot, which means hi and bye. But, you know, the cyclists that are riding behind me the other way, they all looking at me, kind of with what appears to be an unusual sense of interest. I don't know if it's just me riding with the bags, or if it's the camera that they see hanging off the bike. Kind of interesting. It looks like those stony outcrops there were put there on purpose to create many little personal beaches along that river. That's kind of cool. And maybe it's the same thing on this side, but you just can't see because of the bushes. But it's nice. Nice private little place for families to just go and occupy and have their little space. I like that. I don't know if there's ever any territorial disputes. I'm sure there are, but I'm sure they're hopefully resolved with a cold beer. Well, welcome to Salzburg. Oh, did I say we lost the mountains? Apparently not. They're all around us. I guess when I was riding along the river, out of the mountains, I couldn't see them. But there they are. So, not long after getting into Salzburg, I decided to stop here at this Hofer store. It's a grocery store of sorts. Looks similar to No Frills or Freshco or whatever it is at home. So I grabbed myself a Coke here, and it was $1.69 after taxes. It was interesting because the energy drink, at least the generic energy drinks that they sell here, like 39 cents. You know, I could have bought like 4 or 5 of them for the price of this one Coke. And the other thing is that people just go nuts for the Red Bull here. They're buying, you know, I was in line there and people were buying it by the case. Now maybe that's what you do in stores like this, you buy in bulk, but interesting. Never seen Red Bull fly off the shelves like that before. I guess it's a German or an Austrian thing. Anyways, that's that. Just enjoying a Coke before I get into the center of Salzburg and get myself lost and mixed up, and eventually make my way back out to my cousin's place later on today. All right, we'll see you in Salzburg. Cheers. Okay. So we are down at the Saalach River here. According to Google Maps, I have to hang right. So let's hang right. I guess we're in downtown Salzburg now. And it's, I guess, the subway or the tram or whatever it is going across. Seems to me I stick out like a sore thumb here with all the bags hanging off my bike. A fellow back there stopped me and then immediately started talking to me in English. You know, I guess, I don't know. When you stick out, you stick out. I don't have to tell anybody where I'm from. They just kind of know by the way they see maybe how I dressed, with the bicycle that I've got. Who knows? But this is very pretty. This is lovely. Get off the path here and take a picture and send it off to my sweetie. Show her where I am. Oops. Now the other thing that gets me about being here in Europe, and as you can see here, nobody wears helmets. Maybe that's the other thing that gives me away. Right. Wow. Oh, there's another helmet. We are definitely in the minority. No question there. People everywhere. I'll get my fill of this place pretty quickly. Looks like a much larger version of Kitzbühel. So many cafes, so many places. But I think I need to stop for a caffeine hit, even though I had a can of Coke back there entering the city. Just, I don't know, drained of energy. Now, where are we here? This looks like, oops. Wow. Pretty impressive. All right, let's see if we can get a picture of me and the bike and this lovely fountain. Okay, I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I think I've had enough. Pretty impressive, though. In case you're wondering, this just looks like the main square in Salzburg. It's very beautiful here, very hot, and there are a lot of tourists. So I'm just going to go back to my bike here and finish off my Americano that you see on the ground there. And then I'll slowly make my way over to my cousin's place. So I'm just on my way out of Salzburg to meet up with my cousin at her place, which is just on the other side of the border in Germany. It's not very far. Not very far at all. This is such a nice bike path. Perfectly straight. Pavement's in excellent condition. Yeah. It's lovely. Right along the Saalach River. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if the getting a little too much wind. But yeah. And not long after, leaving the center of the city, you kind of feel like you're out in the countryside again. Of course, you look across the way, and there's more city over there, but I'm glad it's over there and not on this side, or at least you can't see it on this side. Oops. Yeah, and I was just gabbing away there, and Google Maps told me I needed to turn, and I almost missed it. So, again, this bike path just continues on to this lovely forest. Very nice, very pristine, and just no garbage anywhere. Can't believe how clean Germany and Austria are. I'm sure there are dirty places, dirty spots, but certainly on the bike paths and in the tourist areas, squeaky clean.